All right, so we are picking up the action in the second quarter, and it's a 0-0 ball game in this Week 17 game of the week. The feed has cleared up a smidge. It was a little shoddy there at first, but we're looking at a 3rd and 11. This is Nico and his Bears team versus Cookie and his Rams team. Obviously, the two teams playing right now. Neither of these teams are playoff bound, but they certainly could be bound for 1,000, maybe 1,500 rings, and a good finishing win to cap their seasons. Maybe some momentum going into next year. But we see Justin Fields in real life kind of coming of age in the NFL. And he gets a nice completion there to get the Bears nearly into field goal range. But it's me, Ragin, and my cat co-host, Luna, who doesn't know what's going on right now, but definitely wants my attention. So we are looking at first down, 1 minute left in the first quarter, no score. So luckily we haven't missed any scoring, but just had to get everything set up for a stream. Haven't done this for a minute. And I was in the Super Bowl last year, so I couldn't call that game, and that would have been the last game I called. But luckily, it doesn't look like I'll be in it this year, so I can maybe call that game. And maybe someone can help me or wants to help me. So we're looking at some motion. It's going to hand it off to Mr. Montgomery. 2nd and 4, and it's a 3rd and 5 now after that 1-yard loss. And the Rams defense has some solid players, but he's made a lot of moves. Cookie likes to take the marquee talent and distribute it for multiple marquee talent names or names he can develop. So you see some stars along that defensive line in the linebacking group. And Polamalu is a Super Bowl winner with Mo and his Raiders team. Looked like it could have been a sack, but instead he throws an unwise pass, well covered by Mr. Castro Fields, another Super Bowl winner, I believe, who came over from the Raiders. The Raiders kind of nuked their Super Bowl team, a lot of their heroes, and went and got these amazing corners. And this was part of the Jalen Ramsey trade for the Raiders, and then they retired. So the Raiders are sitting on some incredible corners with Tre'Davious White, Jalen Ramsey, and a kid from the Dolphins, Byron Jones. But I don't know if the Raiders are going to... I don't think they're going to make it this year with their new coach, and I know he's moving and took a lot of losses. So, but the Rams look like they have a lot of young talent, and maybe this trade will end up working okay for them. Big play by Castro Fields there. And we've got Carson Strong. Could have possibly been a Super Bowl winner had he remained with the Lions, and we'll see what he can do with Cookie and the Rams. Cookie has been known to sling it, and Cooper Kupp could have a massive game here in prime time in the MKL. We are going to see empty set. You know it's pass. How are you going to stop it? Not going to stop it like that. Easy, quick read for Kupp, who hangs on, probably the best receiver in Madden to hang on there to a quick pass up the seam. So the Bears are trying to figure out how do we stop this Rams passing attack right now on this drive. Obviously it's 0-0, so I believe they each have some interceptions. So we've got Carson Strong in the shotgun, reading, and the defender left the assignment at the last second. It was the user, and then he came open. He might have had an interception had he not left that assignment, but it looks like it might have been pass interference anyways. So had he not left, but I don't know. Maybe leaving caused him to go across the route. Not sure. So hopefully Cookie can teach me some things, because my passing game has been shite. Alright, so we've got Mr. Carson Strong in the shotgun, all these moves, and he has created this team more in his image. He's got Andy Isabella, a famously Cookie player. He started on my team, and Cookie went and got him after I traded him to the Saints, and I think he went to free agency even. So touchdown strike up the seam. Looks like he threw it to the running back maybe, yeah. Saquon Barkley. That was one of the players that he acquired from the Giants, and clearly likes what Saquon can bring to the team. Throws a quick touchdown strike in the seam to his running back, and not all running backs can make that play, but Saquon certainly can. And so Cookie out to the 7-0 lead. I did place my bet on Cookie this game. Cookie has almost beaten me a couple times now in my division, and I feel like if he buckles down and just plays his game, he can be a tough out for anybody. And he knows a lot about Madden. Most years, I'll be chatting with him, and he'll just throw out some Madden knowledge that I had no idea about. So we're looking at the option. It looks like he's going to hand it off to Montgomery for a 4-yard gain. Raven read option. Looks like he's running the Ravens playbook, I guess. So we might see some Fields runs. So maybe be on the lookout for some fumbles possibly. But the Rams are up ahead, 7-0. That seam route just had nobody in front of it. But luckily for the Rams, it was kind of a long play action, and the defender could get over and cover that assignment. So we've got Cole Kmet making the nice catch, first down and 10. And Justin Fields, in that bright orange jersey, is going to hand it off to Montgomery once again. So 9 for 39. Montgomery is building towards a decent game here so far. I think that's a 4, is it 18, 36? Yeah, so it's a 4 yards per carry average so far, so he's well on his way to a solid game, and the Rams would certainly like to hold them here from getting any points, but at the very least hold them to 3. Could have been a fumble there, an excellent hit stick. Not sure who stuck him. Looks like it was maybe Tyrell Lewis or Tyquan Lewis, one of those types of players, I don't know. So we're looking at a 3rd and 6. They likely have to punt here if they can't gain any yards, and they are going to hand off, so I don't know if they gain many yards. I think they do have to punt on 4th and 6. So it looks like we're looking at a punt here, and we're going to see the Rams get the ball back, and they are up. The Rams are taking no chances. They're like, we don't think you're going to punt to us. Maybe Cookie wouldn't have tried to punt here, or he would have faked it or something. But decent punt if it comes back, and it did come back, but not enough. So 20-yard line it is for the Rams, and the Rams have a chance to have a dominant lead here in the first half. If they can get a touchdown here, they have plenty of time to do it in 14-0. I'm not sure if they get the ball back, but if they do, that's hard to come back from. That's the type of deficits I've been trying to work out of here lately. Just if you get off to a slow start, it's going to be tough for the Bears. Especially if he keeps finding Saquon in the flat or up the seam. And Saquon, that's a tough ask for anybody to cover, whether a receiver or a runner. Fun story, I had a trade for Saquon, but when Macario came back to the league, the trade was no more because he took the team from the guy I had the trade for, so I didn't get Saquon, but I guess Antonio Gibson is pretty good anyhow. So we are looking at Carson Strong in the shotgun, and this Bears team looks like they're matched up in man. So we're probably going to see some Cooper Kupp here, maybe. No, it's a challenged shot, but it's going to be Higbee. 50-50 kind of situation, and he strongly makes the catch. We see that probably aggressive catch, and the defender cannot defend it. So the Saint says, whoever's commenting sounds under hostage right now. I don't know what that means, but yes, this is me. I am under hostage right now. Not sure what that means. Alright, so we are looking at the Rams in the shotgun. Ooh! And that was well covered by Mr. Hughes, maybe Mike Hughes, I'm not sure. And looks like he's going to return it into Rams territory on the 47. So 7-0. And the Bears dodge a bullet there. They have a chance now to tie it up or at least get 3 on the board, which would be good for them to be able to cut into this lead before the half. And if they get the ball back, it could be a really, really good swing. So looks like the Bills and the Panthers are feuding in the chat with the help of the Broncos, who seem to like a good feud. And yeah, There's some interesting beef in the Bills-Panthers chat if you guys want to check it out. And so, hey, we are looking at the Bears doing some moving forward into Rams territory, knocking on the door. They have 3 timeouts. The Rams may even get the ball back if the Bears can score or maybe get a turnover. But if they score with enough time on, we might see the Rams have another shot at points before the half. It's like I guess that's what happens when you cancel a play action now. They like step forward so that it's like so you don't get like immediate like you cancel the play action. You don't just act like nothing would have happened. Now they do like a weird step. So maybe that's helps to stop some stuff. I don't know. But yeah, looks real cool. Step forward, step back, whatever. All right, so we're looking at Justin Fields in the shotgun, maybe thinking run here. It looks like he's looking at pass, and you got Komet in an interesting streak right up the middle there. Might end up coming open. So this, yeah, we'll see what happens. He's throwing some motion this way, throwing some motion that way. I think he saw that now it's, I guess he's checking to see if it's zone or man. I think that's one of the main reasons people are running this sort of setup. It looks like he's trying to. Ooh, pressure immediately comes in after that. Once again, that weird step, I guess, when you cancel play action, and the sack comes through. He seems to say, "Hey, whether you hand it off or whether you play action, I'm coming with heat." And the Rams strike there with a big sack, and we'll see what they have dialed up here. It looks like Square's coming open on the right. Sure enough, might be able to get that touchdown crease, and he does. 7-7 ball game. And the Rams will have a chance to throw up 3-7 or maybe get a bad turnover before the half with 43 seconds, 2 timeouts, and looks like the Bills and Panthers chat is still fuming with the help of the Broncos, who once again seem to enjoy a good feud. So hey, we are looking at halftime 7-7 unless the Rams can positively change it or negatively change it and not in their favor. So, I mean, I have 500 rings riding on the Rams. I haven't bet lately, but I bet on Cookie. So we'll see what Cookie has dialed up here. The Bears have been showing like heavy pressure man formations. That looks like it's more of the same. Not sure. Could be man align or something. Actually, this is his stream. We know that it's probably man. So like 5 men around him, goes into his hands, pops right out. Luckily, it's not intercepted because sometimes those things pop out right into the hands of the defender. All right, so it looks like the Lions are coming down and finishing a game possibly with the Chiefs. It'll be interesting to see the outcome of that one. That's 2 of the heavy hitters from the AFC and the NFC. The Lions are many people's favorites, and I believe the Chiefs are their own favorites. So that says something. 2 confident users. All right, so yeah, definitely the feuding is continuing in that Bills and Panthers chat. If you guys want to go in there and join in on the fun, or you can just watch this, or nobody can watch this. Who knows? It sounds like maybe the Saints are tuning in, or they maybe were for half a second. So we've got the Bears, another man coverage set. Ooh. Okay, the Rams are going to have a shot there. They get to the 20-yard line, call a timeout, and they open up a nice gain to get them well into field goal range, and they probably have a few shots at the end zone before they run out of time. Probably have to settle for 3. So Cookie is thinking touchdown, I guarantee you that. I highly doubt you're going to see any runs here or anything like that, but I'll take nothing off the table. It is Saquon Barkley. It would catch him off guard maybe if he decided to do like a draw or a run here. We'll see. Maybe a screen. Looks like, wow. Fronts him and Higbee goes up for the touchdown. So looks like one of those maybe high point pass, aggressive catch maneuvers. And those are hard to stop this year. And Higbee's the type of tight end that hard to leave on an island with a safety. And they don't have any star safeties just yet, or at least not in the superstar X Factor variety. So that was a 50-50 fight, and Higbee came down pretty harmlessly with it. 14-7. He gets the job done. I think that was a 43-second drive for a touchdown. So this Rams team can strike quick. Definitely the sort of offensive production you want when you have 43 seconds to go down. You can score and leave 18 seconds on the clock. You've had a great drive. So the Bears will try to answer in kind. We'll see what the Rams do. If they're thinking prevent, looks like they're going to back off. Maybe like a cover 4, cover 2 look here or something. We'll see. And the Bears are thinking play action. They better watch out. It could be a blitz here. It could be a 5-man blitz. Sure enough, it's 4-man. And he is coming open. So, I mean, Fields just has to throw that away. And, I mean, if you throw that pass, I feel like 9 times out of 10 it's picked. The new algorithm for EA is just like, oh, you threw it while you were running, like way behind the line of scrimmage? We're going to have you throw it right to a defender, right? Except when I'm playing Ante. Whoever Ante plays with, I feel like when he does that, he still can get accurate throws. Whether it's Baker Mayfield or whoever, I guess Jalen Hurts. All right, so we've got Montgomery. Oh, okay. All right, the Bears make a big mistake, and the Rams still have a timeout. They're probably going to take 3 here, but this is 3 they wouldn't have had without that poorly timed throw. I mean, they should take 3. Cookie's playing with our hearts and rings if he doesn't. There we go. He's going for the field goal. I wouldn't put it outside the realm of possibility for Cookie to fake this. He loves a good fake. But it looks, it's going to squeak inside the right side. Good kick. And we've got a 17-7 ball game. And I don't know who gets the ball first, but I'm interested to see. Because this is the sort of, all right. So, Broncos is coming, asking people to go feud with Panthers and Bills in their chat, if you guys are interested. And we are looking at the Bears getting the ball first. So this is good for the competitiveness of the game. He stays on his feet after taking a mild hit there. And the Rams will look to try to build this lead and not surrender this lead. Up 13, up 10. Math is hard. Up 10, and Fields is in the shotgun, and the third is just getting underway. Plenty of game left for this to go either way, but certainly you'd rather be where the Rams are at this point. After a bad late interception, gives up a field goal at the end there. It looks like David Montgomery was going through the stiff arm motions, and anytime you break a tackle, it seems like the animations are so slow now, you're pretty much just about to get swarmed anyways. I think Gibson may lead the league in broken tackles, but usually once he breaks a tackle, another person's right on him immediately. Anyways, so it's a swarming tackle game. They did a good job with gang tackles this year, that at least multiple guys can tackle you, and it looks somewhat natural. So now the Panthers have entered Gen Chat, and they're making their case for whatever they're making their case for. So interesting stuff in the league chat. And the Bears are going to run up the middle. Another hit stick. I've been fumbling a lot lately. So it's good not to fumble. I'll say that. If you're fumbling away the ball, it is hard to win games. And I think I've fumbled every week the last 3 weeks. And I've lost every game the last 3 weeks. So if I don't fumble very steady, maybe I won't lose quite as bad. So we've got the Rams giving up some big runs up the middle. Maybe due to the nature of the read option. I think if you put conservative, to cover the quarterback, I think it's possible that it may help you run with the running back better. But I don't know. I mean, if they just go in a really good run defense, you think they'd just run at everybody in the backfield, and it wouldn't matter if they handed it off or not. But people claim they've done run commits against other people and that it doesn't help or matter sometimes. So we'll see. It looks like he's firmly going into this option game, maybe in love with what Fields can do for his offense, but Fields does nothing there. 4-yard loss on the sack, and that's what the read option can do for you sometimes. So we are looking at 3rd and 12. The Bears are barely in field goal range, although I hit a 63-yarder the other day. But I also missed one, which turned out to be really bad for me. But yeah, so I mean, maybe he can kick this far. I don't know. 63 was pretty far. We'll see if he can get some more yards. Oh, I hate that. Perfect accuracy. and does not go anywhere near where it needed to go for the. I mean, maybe it went right through where it needed to go, but no catch, but perfect throw, right? And the tight end can't bring it in, Mr. Kmet, I believe. And it's a 4th and 12. Ooh, he cuts it off a little short there. This might be short. I don't know. Wow, I guess that's why I could make it from 63, because he took off like maybe 15-20% of the power there, and it didn't matter. So good for the Bears, bad for the Rams, and at least they held them to 3 in the Rams' eyes. They're still up 7. They have a chance to, I mean, as long as they keep scoring, and if they score 3 and the Bears score 3, they're going to hold this lead. So we'll see what the Rams can do to open up this lead further. And my cat is still wondering why I'm talking to this screen, and that's a valid concern. All right, so we've got the Bears in their defensive set. They kind of left Cooper Kupp. I can tell you, leaving Cooper Kupp is going to make your day against Cookie harder, I think, because Cooper Kupp generally gets it done when Cookie's doing well. Cooper Kupp's often doing well. So we'll see what he does here on 2nd and 3. Looks like he's going to run up the middle now, and Barkley gets a nice chunk of 9 yards about. Only 3 rushes for Cookie. There's a lot of guys here that talk like running is dumb and whatnot. Obviously in football, running is smart a lot of the time to have balance and keep a team off guard and whatever. But they say, oh, it sucks and they hate it and it's boring, whatever. But I'll say, like, I mean, running it 3 times with Barkley and a half, I mean, that is kind of criminal. Like, I understand you throw to the guy, but, like, I mean, he's a weapon for you. And it's a way to help you win games. But I mean, he's trying to develop Carson Strong, so I get it. Looks like he is going to hand it off again and maybe break a tackle there. No. Looks like he got 1 yard. So to the 42, 2nd and 10. And we'll see what happens here. They need to get a chunk here to make this 3rd down a little bit more manageable. They could hand it off again, maybe get a chunk. The Bears would love to just snuff it out here. I think the Bears, big sack for the Bears, and that brings up a long 3rd and 22. So that Yannick Ngwaku, or however you say his name, gets on back there and pretty much untouched. And the Rams will have to pull off a big conversion. I give up these sorts of conversions all the time, so a lot of people seem to have plays for this situation. We'll see what the Rams' play is here. Looks like it's now. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. And it's Saquon. So, hey, he's using Saquon. Got to give him props there. He's got the little scissors route out there, and it works like a charm there. Barkley's one of the players that can probably take the most advantage of a route of that nature. He's probably like a 94 speed at this point, and pretty good route runner and all the above. So the Rams do pull off the conversion on a really long 3rd down. So those are the sort of plays you'll watch people, you'll see these plays, and if you got them in your playbook, you might try incorporating them into your playbook. Nice little stutter move there by Cookie. That was all Cookie. No joystick or anything, just deciding to stop and go. I think that's a thing for a lot of people this year, hesitation, and instead of juking and whatnot, because the computer has maybe more difficulty with the hesitation than with the built-in jukes being able to react. I don't know. So hey, Cookie is on the 29. He has had some turnovers in this spot. So once in field goal range, you're on the Bears side of the field. This is where you want to come away with 3 or 7. 0 would be a failure at this point. So if he can at least get a field goal, that will put the Bears in a really tough spot to have to score at least twice and hold the Rams to probably no scores, or at least a field goal before the end of the game. So tough ask for the Bears here if the Rams are able to put up points, but he's in an empty set. I doubt we're going to see. Carson Strong isn't the type of quarterback we'll see on one of those design quarterback runs, even though the Bears are showing a lot of pressure. If they're leaving Cooper Kupp on an island with somebody, they might have a bad time. It looks like it's Andy Isabella, one of Cookie's favorite players, as I said earlier, in Madden. And looks like he's staying in the shotgun. Now he's going to come down to some sort of a heavier set. And going to hand it right off to Barkley, who gets a meager 2-yard gain. But we like to see that. 6 rushes, 24 yards, quite a few reception yards, and a big conversion earlier on this drive. So we're looking at, 17-10, up 7, 6 minutes to go. Time is ticking. Time is the Rams' friend here. Time is certainly the Bears' enemy. And if they can continue to let this clock tick down, they can be in a better spot. But if Carson Strong makes a bad throw here, they can give. Oh, okay. So the user looked like maybe he was going to jump out there, but he then ran the other way. I think he did. And luckily for Cookie, that route stayed open and gets it to a manageable 3rd and 2. Here's one interesting scenario: is some of these guys, man, you put them in like a 4th and 1, they can't help themselves. But like 3 and up 10 in 5 minutes would be pretty good here. But sometimes you put them in like a 4th and 1, 4th and inches, and they're like, nah, I'm gonna go for it, and then you get a stop. And now they've taken away their opportunity for like almost like a guaranteed 2-score game, and now the other team can tie it up, right? Just little things. People say, oh, it's lame, that's dumb, that's, pansy decision, whatever. But it's like, that's how some people win games. And it looks like they're 4th and 4. I doubt they'll go for it here. Probably going to see a field goal attempt. And if he doesn't miss, like I've been doing here, he should be in a good spot here. But the Bears do have a lot of time, all 3 timeouts. They just need to score more than they have so far in order to win this game. They could tie it up, though, 20 points. But they only have 4 minutes left to do it in. We'll see if the Rams can make this kick. He held it for a while. Sometimes when I hold it for a while, I'm just like, oh shit. Like, I just realized I'm going to miss. I did that my last game. I realized I pressed it too early. I hadn't been playing that much. And bad kick. And but that was a good kick. Goes into the end zone, 25-yard line. And it's 20-10. Rams lead. 500 rings are nearly at my grasp, but I think half of you voted for the Bears as well, so interesting to see how this finishes. Not a bad game by any means. Looks like Montgomery keeps his balance, goes up for like a 7-yard gain, yep, and 14 for 79, pretty solid day by David Montgomery, and keeping his offense kind of balanced here. The passing game has done some decent things as well, and they're going to need probably some passes to open up the game a little bit here. And looks like Fields finally gets loose for a run. Got to be careful. Sometimes you think you have time to get out of bounds, and this game loves forcing fumbles when you're like an inch from out of bounds. Your guy will like turn back in. It defies logic, and he'll like fumble in bounds or stay in bounds. So got to be careful. Every inch is maybe not the smartest thing to get with a quarterback. Maybe best to get out of bounds as quick as you can before getting touched. But he worked out there. Looks like Montgomery's going to get an inside handoff, cut it back inside, and gets an 8-yard gain. So this is what the Bears needed. They needed certainly to move the ball. They could come away with 3 here and would not be lost, but they can't come away with 0, I don't believe. Looks like they're going for the play action. Going to get Kmet open on the sideline, but he drops it. I've been there. No fun to see your guy drop a wide open pass for a first down, but it happens. And good read, but the defense was true for the Rams, and we'll see what they can do on 3rd and 2. Looks like they're thinking pass. All the running they've been doing, that'll help their cause probably, and it does. They open up the first down. They're on the 24. Good catch by Mr. Marshall Jr. I believe that's the former Panther. And we've got the Bears knocking on the door. 24-yard line. If he can get a touchdown here, that puts a lot of pressure on Cookie. If he gets a field goal, maybe a little bit less pressure. But if he gets nothing, the game will likely be over. So the Bears need to be careful here, or at least be daring and capitalize and not make a mistake. So, right under the defender who was waiting for the interception. He undercuts it and makes the catch. And Fields is probably going to hand it off here is my guess, but he does not. He's still in the shotgun. He's got an open X. Mr. Kmet cuts back inside, loses his footing, and he's on the 2-yard line. So Bears are in a good position here. Let's see who called the timeout. Looks like it was the Rams. So the Rams elected to call the timeout. I probably would have just let it keep ticking myself, but they don't like their defensive set, and that makes sense. It looks like that slot is open, though, but they're going to probably hand it off here. We'll see what happens. Man, if you could quick slot throw, he does. Oh, and it's picked. Huge play by Garrison. Cookie can break it. He's got Hamler hot on his tail. That was a big, big moment in the game, and exactly what I was talking about. Bears probably had a run, saw exactly what I kind of saw, but instead of throwing it up the seam, he kind of throws an out route, which gives his outside corner time to jump in front. Yeah, I mean, that was a huge play. So if Cookie can just maybe run out the time here and capitalize, we're going to see a Rams win. He does take the RPO option to Cup and throws it there. He's up 10. Bears have all their timeouts. Foreseeably, the game is not over just yet, but certainly it's looking a lot worse for the Bears than it did before that interception. Barkley is going to get on the stretch, cuts back, does a hurdle in place. Luckily, he doesn't fumble, and it's 2nd and 6 after the cool hurdle in place. That should be on Sports Center for H Cook. Phenomenal. All right, so stretch run, you love to see it. 4-yard gain, 2-minute warning. I don't think I'll have to call a game into overtime, and that's also good news. And didn't have to call the game anyways. I just wanted to. I've been wanting to get these started again. And if anybody else wants to call games or know how to do it, it's real easy. We can help you do it. You can get rings. And maybe you can enjoy it, have some fun, play music, make it your own, whatever. Anyways, looks like he's going to hand it off to Cup on the reverse. He's going to cut back upfield. He's fighting 4 yards, and he's going to get a 3rd and 1 situation. A really good chance to get this first down conversion, and if he does, he can likely run the timeout down to about a minute. If he does not, he'll probably settle for a field goal, and the Bears will be in a really tough spot, though. Certainly the Rams going empty set is not what I imagined would happen here. Maybe they'll call an audible. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. Maybe it'll be like a handoff, reverse, something. No, it looks like they're staying in. Woo! Alrighty. So 1st and goal on the 4. They went empty set on 3rd and 1. And it worked. And I think it was Cup who was just hard to stop one-on-one situations. And he was not stopped there, even though he cut back upfield after that catch, but I guess he was touched. So, and we've got, the time is ticking down. Looks like the Bears haven't used any timeouts yet. They're letting it come down to that minute mark. And the Rams will probably just kneel it here, get it down to that 1 minute mark, and then probably kick a field goal, or maybe even run it one time or two, or probably one time on 3rd down, and then kick a field goal on 4th. We'll see. We'll see what they opt to do. But if the Bears don't call any timeouts, this could be the game. So they might just be yielding. Looks like the Bears might end up yielding here. They're going to save a timeout by not calling their 2 timeouts, but they have a lot less time. But it's nice to have a timeout. I know that. The other day I was on against H Cook. I was on the goal line, but I didn't have any timeouts. There was like 11 seconds, and I knew if I ran it and didn't get it in, it was over. So I like passed it, and I like quarterback sneaked it and just got obliterated. Little Kyler Murray. So it's, some of these situations can be tough. I think that Cookie will probably hand it off here to Barkley, because this would be a really bad spot for an interception, but he does like passing scores. So this is very H. Cook-esque if he decides to pass. He does. It's an incomplete, so a little bit extra time there for the Bears. Just a smidge, though. And they'll have their timeout left. So the field goal is going up. It'll be 23-10, 30 seconds. That's pretty much all she wrote. I doubt the Bears, the best shot the Bears have at this point is to return. Oh, he's going to fake it, and he gets smashed. He gets smashed. Fun thought. Sometimes Cookie likes to razzle-dazzle, have a little fun on prime time. and the Bears was, I guess, praying that would happen because they met him immediately. I think it was the user in the backfield. So Bears are gonna throw it up the seam to Kmet. One timeout. They got to call it. 22 seconds. What that old Lakers guy say? The eggs are cool and the milk is something and the Jello is jiggling and something like that. He talked about how this game is over. The refrigerator. Oh, a big sack. That should probably do it. Kayvon Thibodeau came over from the Giants. The time is gonna run out here. So end of game, 20-10. I get rings. All Rams voters get rings, and the Bears put up a fight there, but couldn't capitalize in certain situations. And the Rams hold on for the primetime win. So, all right, week 17. We're about to enter the playoffs, and we'll see what happens in the MKL. Hope you guys are having fun. There's been a lot of games that we've been forced winning, forced losing. People say they're busy, this and that. Get that activity up, guys. We're looking to replace some dudes if we can't get activity up. Some people have private messaged me, say they're going to be more active in the coming weeks. Just, I guess it's the holidays. That makes sense. So, all right. So, yeah, you can see there, Fields had a pretty solid game. Carson Strong had a better game, likely, and obviously got the win. So, all right. So, nice win for the Rams, street cred, all that jazz. And we are going back to normally you can.
Thank you all for being here.
Oh, this is fascinating.
It's a momentous day.
All right. So, anyways, big win for the Rams. The Bears were unable to be victorious, but a solid game of the week, as it was pretty close until about 3 minutes with that big interception by the safety for the Rams on the goal line. Those are those moments that you kind of show hey, this guy's wide open, and that he kind of baited him with that look in some respects, because I think if he had just ran it, at least he would get 3, and that game could have looked a little differently to close. So good win for Cookie, and